Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final round of the UK and Ireland Monday Night Skippys live here on RaceSpotTV in support of the Calm Zone, the campaign against living miserably. Tonight we are on the streets of Long Beach in Los Angeles, California. It's 11 turns, 1.9 miles long. We're going to be racing for 15 laps here tonight, and last time we were here we had a little bit of a parking lot coming out of that hairpin you see at the very bottom of the track map there. Hopefully we won't get that today. We don't have quite as many cars this time around, so but I think we should still be in for a very, very exciting race here today. The temperatures are pretty average, again 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Fahrenheit on the track, so it doesn't look very cloudy, even though the forecast said it's supposed to be cloudy, and that's 18 degrees Celsius in the air, 27 on the track, so should be about as good as it was last time around. My name is Linus Broström, and I am joined once again by Daniel Harris with Ugulis on the cameras, and Daniel, it's the final round of the season and we are tied for the championship lead.
Yeah, this is going to be an incredible race. As you said before, they've got to be very careful through that hairpin, because it is chaos in any car that you take around here, and Skippys is going to be no different, especially with that new damage model that will cause chaos for these guys.
Benny Simonson. Yeah, go on, you can take it.
Benny Simonson and Ewan Pattinson on 307 points is going to be a wild battle up front, and Nick Vaughan Roberts probably looking to steal it, maybe have them have a bit of a nice battle up front and then take each other out. Nick Vaughan Roberts can steal the championship, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's as long as Nicholas Vaughan Roberts wins the race, those other two have to be third or worse, and he will win the championship. There is a 5-point gap from first to second, another 4 down to third, and then another 3 down to fourth place. So don't think this one is going to be over until they cross the start-finish line, as pretty much usual in these races. But today there is a lot more on the line with 3 drivers that close in the championship. I don't know when that last happened. And well, looking at the current qualifying, it is Nicholas Vaughan Roberts on provisional pole position, with Benny Simonson in second, Simon Edwards in third, Ewan Pattinson is all the way down in 5th place. There is going to be some drafting coming down these straightaways, but you have to be brave to make moves anywhere but in turn 1, really, coming down towards that little fountain. So being on pole here will definitely help, but it's not in any way a guarantee that you will win the race, as they have 5 seconds left here of qualifying, so nobody else is going to be able to set a lap time, as Ray Peasley is on completely wrong side of the track to do just that, and the time has run out. So the starting grid, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts is on pole position here, exactly where it needs to be in the final race of the season. Benny Simonson in second, Simon Edwards in third, Adam Miles in fourth, Ewan Pattinson all the way down in fifth, Nathan Wade in P number 6, with George Mattock in 7th, Kevin Budgeon in 8th, Dan Blake in 9th, and Seth Brown rounding out the top 10. Daniel Tufts in 11th, Dave Kirkman in 12th, Clark Williams in 13th, Dave Dowson 14th, Paul Smith in 15th, 16th is Ray Peasley, Tony Stack 17th, Christopher Miles in 18th, then we have Alan Patterson in 19th, Chris Wright in 20th, and David Clapham in 21st, and then we also have Andrew Baranowski, who did not manage to set a time, but he will hopefully still be here. So we have 22 cars again today, a bit smaller grid here in the last few rounds of the season. I'm not sure if that's because the summer is coming around, or because they can't win the championship, or what is going on, but hopefully next time we will be back to the full 50-60 car grids. But nonetheless, this should be an exciting race here today, and if anything, having less cars on the track should be less potential for a massive wreck.
Yeah, you're right. This track actually reminds me a bit of Monaco, if I'm honest, because you've got no real overtaking opportunity apart from turn 1, and it's very hard to get around it. It's going to be interesting to see how they go into turn 1, because you can't really go side by side either. So
yeah, these boys will definitely find a way. Don't worry about that. I think we've seen
they
worse.
Always do.
But yeah, these guys, they're really good at what they do, so would not expect anything less. There is still one more car left to be on the grid, and that is Nathan Wade. Nathan, we are waiting for you. There he is. That means that the red lights will come on any second now. There they are. The engines are revving. The green flag is out, and we are racing here at Long Beach. It's a good start from our pole sitter. Simon Edwards comes across the block of Adam Miles, almost pushes him into the wall, but he managed to squeeze through there. It's a great start from Miles, and this start comes through a right-hander, so being on the right side is definitely an advantage. But they will be 2 by 2 by 2 here at the front, coming into turn number 1. Von Roberts is going to lead it. Simonson will hold on to second. Miles will be here on the inside of Edwards again, coming down to the fountain, but they're going to single file out. There is some lockups at the back, but I don't think they're going to make any contact. Everybody looks to get through there nicely, at least for now. I think I heard something in the background, but yeah, Seth Brown and Clark Williams is out, and that is a car without wheels. That is not good.
No, it is not. Very good start by the leaders there. Ewan Pattinson down in P5. He's got a lot of ground to make up if he's wanting to have a shot at this championship. But Benny Simonson looking good. I think he wants to just hold it together. He's just got to hold it together now to... a little bit of contact with the wall from Vaughan Roberts, and he looks like he might have some damage. Benny Simonson coming up the inside now. Going to have to run into one of the final turns. He does get the move done up on the inside, very nicely done. Just a little mistake from Vaughan Roberts, and Benny Simonson takes the lead, currently in a good position to win this championship.
Definitely not coping with the pressure there early on around the hairpin now for the first time. Looks like they're all going to be going single file sensibly here early on. That is 14 cars in the lead train now, 3 cars out. That's Seth Brown, Clark Williams and Tony Stack, all on pit road as we get a replay here. That's Clark Williams coming up the inside. That's actually Tony Stack. Sorry, I'm so used to seeing Clark Williams in the green cars. My apologies. But Tony Stack, here is Clark Williams. Oh, he absolutely... well, okay, that was interesting. Paul Smith has had an incident as well. And is this live? That's live. Nicholas Von Roberts is out. Nicholas Von Roberts has hit the wall, and he is out of the race. Championship hopeful Nicholas Von Roberts from pole position clips the wall, and then one lap later he does it again, and he is out of the race. Benny Simonson and Simon Edwards now running away with this one, and that is so unfortunate. What an unfortunate turn of events for him. So now it's down to Benny Simonson and Ewan Pattinson. First car across the line wins this championship. By Ewan Pattinson, he's all the way down in 11th, with Benny Simonson leading the race. So there is 11 seconds separating the two championship contenders now. As we see here, Von Roberts just clips the wall, as does the car behind. Pattinson is still dropping down the order. He's down to 15th now. He might have been that car to clip the wall right behind Nicholas Von Roberts. Pattinson now 15 seconds behind our race leader, and that time is just coming up. Von Roberts is on pit road, and yeah, I believe that this championship is over. As long as Benny Simonson can just make it to the finish line here without a massive mistake, he will be this year's champion. But we will just have to follow this race and see who will win. He's still leading the race, 2.5 seconds almost down to Simon Edwards, so we might not even have a race for the win of this race.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm questioning what happened to Ewan Pattinson, because it didn't actually look like he hit anything. So it may have just been a mistake. Maybe he got clipped by Vaughan Roberts off the wall.
There's more cars going in the wall there right before the fountain. I'm not really sure. Oh, more contact. They're going around. That's Daniel Tufts, and Alan Patterson, I believe, is in that as well. There is a ton of cars hitting the wall coming around that first corner. I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe they've added a new tire barrier there or something. But everybody seems to be hitting that, as we have more cars out, and they made contact coming down towards the fountain. This race has turned into nothing that I've ever seen on Monday Night Skippys. Everybody spread out already on lap number 3.
Yeah, it's incredible, especially since we were saying you got to be careful by the hairpin, and everyone's losing it at turn 1. I did say it was like Monaco.
There's another one. So. That's Dave Kirkman. He's in the wall, and this is definitely not a replay, because he is dropping down the order. He's now in 14th, and he's got all the crash cars behind him. So if he can get on pit road quickly, he will be fine. So now 13 cars still running without damage. That's a new one. But yep, the race is still going on here. We've got 2 cars battling for position. That will be Dowson and Miles, possibly, I believe, with Clapham and Peasley behind them there.
Yep, you are correct.
That's actually Blake, Budgeon and Mattock, I think, because those are 3 cars in a group with Dowson and Miles behind. So this is for 4th place right here, coming around the final corner right past the start-finish line. Having a move here, that's Budgeon on the outside of Blake. He will have the inside for the next corner though, and he will take 4th place. And this is pretty much the only battle that we're going to have throughout this race, as we see him close again to the wall there, but they make it through all right.
Yeah, it was a good move up the inside, especially keeping it out of the wall. Anytime we see it kept out of the wall is a good thing here. Ewan Pattinson now is just going to be praying, I think, that Benny Simonson hits a wall somewhere and takes himself out. And there's another incident at the fountain. This is incredible stuff. I don't know who that is.
446. That would be Ray Peasley, I believe. Chris Wright just managed to sneak through there.
Yeah,
not
right.
too bad, but it looks like he is struggling. His car bounces out wide. They're not into the wall, so they will keep on going.
Sorry, it doesn't look like he's got damage. He might have.
Whoa!
Looks like he got turned.
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Because that car doesn't look to have any damage on it, so I think he'll want to just get some points back now and some position. Sorry. Get his head down and keep it together, but I want to see the incident points. Yeah.
Oh, that was David Clapham right into the back of him.
Yeah, a bit of late
and he did say sorry 3 times in the chat in the server, so he definitely apologized for it. So we'll see if he's fine with that. But still, the highest battle on the track is we have another slow car here on track, or is that just because he's on his own? Not really sure. That's Kevin Budgeon. He's definitely up to speed. So that's just the camera angle tricking us into telling us that he's going slow when he's actually not. And here is a car on pit road. That is David Clapham. So he definitely suffered some nose damage. I don't believe he's already hit the incident limit. So we'll see if he stops here, if he just goes straight through. No, he's going to park in his pit stall and get his spare car out. As we have more cars in the wall here. Is that Dan Blake and George Mattock? That was Mattock scratching the wall there in P4. Dan Blake right behind in 5th. So these guys going at it. But let's not forget, with Nicholas von Roberts, his drop week is 26 points, scoring him in 5th place. So the battle for 2nd is definitely still on in the championship between Pattinson and von Roberts. Should Simonson make a mistake, anything can definitely still happen. So even though it's race over for von Roberts, he's still going to be scored points wise as if he finishes 5th because of the drop weeks. So if Pattinson wants to finish 2nd, he will definitely need to pick up his pace. He will not, because he's scoring 23, so he's outscoring Nicholas von Roberts anyway. So it's up to Benny Simonson now whether he wants to win the championship or not. So if he can just finish ahead of, that would be 23 points, that's 8th place, then he will win the championship. And he is currently leading the race by over 2 seconds, so I think Benny's got this in the bag right now. We're still going along here though with Dan Blake chasing down George Mattock, but it looks like Mattock is actually pulling away slightly. Not much of a battle going on here anymore, unfortunately. I think Dowson and Miles behind are a little bit closer. Looks like there's going to be an overtaking opportunity as Andrew Baranowski pulls onto pit road just behind them. So here we have that's Dowson and Miles definitely coming around the fountain, but they did spread it out slightly. Dowson still holding on to P number 6 here ahead of Miles in 7th. See if these guys will keep their cars off the wall for another few laps. We've only completed 5 of the 15 here, and there is only 10 cars, 9 cars still going without having been involved in an incident.
Jeez, that's crazy. Just shows you how precise you have to be around Long Beach. Really is like a Monaco, having that street circuit vibe. I was just watching the delta between Simonson and Edwards. It looked like Edwards was originally keeping with Annie, but it seems that he is dropping back now. But all it takes is Simonson to lock up somewhere, but he rarely makes a mistake. Big corner cut from George Mattock there. Wonder if he can slow down.
Mattock's still going at it here for 4th. I'm not too sure what the slowdowns will do here, but a bit of a lock up there again from Blake. These guys definitely going at it, and then you see Dowson and Miles behind him there as well, as he's got a big draft here now coming down the straightaway, or the right hand corner straightaway. George Mattock, see if he makes a dive Coming into turn number 1 down here, down towards Toyota, I believe this one is called. They're going to be side by side into the braking point. Matic up the inside, and he will almost be clear as they hit the brakes here. He's going to turn in, and that's a car turned the wrong way around, but that is not a car that was scored ahead of him. So that was a car who is now a lap down. That was an interesting place to park.
Yeah. I mean, it's out of the way, so I guess it's a good thing. We got, it was a really good move up the inside from George, and kept it out the wall nicely, and they went through the fountain as well, really tight. So some good racing we're seeing, at least. Might not have a battle up the front, which is a rarity, but at least we're getting some good racing.
Looks like Nathan Wade is closing in slightly on Edwards as well. 0.7 of a second separating them now, so we might get a battle for the last spots on the podium as well. But for now, I think this is about as close as we are going to get here with Matic and Blake. The cars behind are separated by 0.8 of a second as well. Dowson and Miles, you can see them back there. So, see here, Matic looks like he's slightly quicker than Dan Blake for now. But when he get on the straightaway, he's going to get the draft. He might be able to close in a little bit, but Matic definitely looks like the faster of the two right here. So the battle for 4th might not be going on for too much longer, as that gap is now up to over a second as he comes onto the straightaway back there. We see Dowson still ahead of Miles. That gap still about 0.8 of a second as well. Wade is closing in more on Edwards as well, based on the live timing here. He's now half a second behind. He's right on the back of him. You can see, was that the race leader ahead of him? I don't think that was the race leader. That was probably a lap car. It is. That was Benny Simonson disappearing around the corner, because he just set the fastest lap time of 1:30.9. He's lapping about 0.2 quicker than Nathan Wade and over half a second quicker than Simon Edwards at the moment. So we will get a battle here for 2nd place at least. Let's just hope that that can keep on going for a while. We are just about halfway here, 7.5 laps completed of the 15 laps we will run here tonight. And it is a 4-second lead almost for our championship leader and possible next champion, Benny Simonson here. As of now, Nathan Wade closing in even more on Simon Edwards here, but he will get some draft coming down the straightaway from one of the lap cars, and high on the curb for both, and a little bit wide there for Edwards, but he will keep it off the wall. Yeah,
I was watching, when we were watching George Matic there, he looks very dialed into this track. He looks like he's hitting every marker that he set for himself, every line, every braking point. Seems like he's got some pace to possibly catch up to Nathan Wade, but we'll have to see as they come down the straight. Nathan Wade catching Simon Edwards here. Is he going to have the run into turn 1? Don't think he'll make a silly dive bomb, which is good as they come up to the lap traffic, and that's going to help Nathan Wade actually, because Simon Edwards is going to be held up by this lap car, and Wade might be able to actually make a move on him.
He's definitely getting some help down the straightaways, but it's not helping him here in the corners. I'm not really sure why they're not being let pass. Oh, high on the curb there again from Nathan Wade. He gets right on the back of Simon Edwards now. That lap car pulls out of the way. I'm struggling to see his number. It's got the same color as the
36.
rest of his cars. The number 36.
I believe.
So that would be... there is no 36. That might be Seth Brown in the 38 then. That's the closest we can get to 36. But still, Nathan Wade right on the back here of Simon Edwards. On to Seaside Way, coming down to Firestone Turn. This is the 2nd longest straightaway on the track. The 2nd best overtaking opportunity, I would assume. But he will not make a move here. He's going to stay behind Simon Edwards. Maybe he feels that he can use the draft to keep up. Completely different lines out of that corner as well. Simon Edwards all the way out to the wall. Nathan Wade really tight to get a better line into the next corner. Nicely, both of them around the hairpin as well. And Wade now right on the back of Simon Edwards. This time he will get the draft coming down the straightaway. It's 7 laps to go, 6 laps to go even now as the race leader crosses the line. 4 seconds ahead of these guys. He is driving away, but here comes Nathan Wade. He's going to have a look to the inside. There's 2 more cars ahead to lap. He will be by, and he will be clear of Simon Edwards as they get into the braking zone. Simon Edwards lifts off early to give him that position, and then he will try and get it back next time. Really close to the wall on both sides here, pushing everything he can here, Nathan Wade, to get every spot that he can. And in the championship, he is battling the cars around him. He's only 4 points behind Clark Williams and 11 behind Adam Miles. So with his second place here today, he would jump both of those guys. So this is definitely why he is pushing as hard as he is, because he could get as far up to as 6th place in the standings here with this result. He could actually even pass George Mattock if he has a retirement. Mattock currently running in 4th though, so that would give him 5th in the championship. Simon Edwards holding on to 4th with his 3rd place as of now. So nothing much happening, but Nathan Wade definitely pushing to score every point that he can to make sure that he gets that 6th place in the championship.
Yeah, you can see it looks like Edwards has actually pushed a bit too hard. He seemed to have made a little bit of a mistake. Maybe that, oh no, it was Nathan Wade that was close to the wall, wasn't it? Turn 1. Maybe he got a bit spooked by something and has backed off a little bit, but he's got the draft now, 7/10 behind. He's going to catch up to him into turn 1. There's such a long straight with the draft. See who comes out on top. It looks like it's going to be Nathan Wade. He's not going to have... Edwards is not going to have enough draft, but see how they take this turn 1. Maybe hoping it hits the wall. Very tight. Oh, so close to the wall. Beautiful lines. Just ending it around that fountain and close to the wall. Again on the left side this time.
Ooh,
bit of contact from the wall from Nathan Wade. Is that going to cost him? It's a very jumpy line over that curve. Coming down into the left-hander before the second straight. Getting it nice around the corner, coming up over a little crest now. There it is. Breaking at that. Just after that 200 board, getting it really turned in, and a bit of contact from Simon Edwards. He's hit the wall. Is that going to hinder his run? Is that going to cause damage to the car? It doesn't look like it. Looks like it was just a small little love tap of the wall. But any harder than that, and I reckon that car's going to be in the pits.
It looks like Wade is having much smoother runs through the corners. You can see especially there in the right-hander a few seconds ago. He's got a much tighter line than Simon Edwards every single time. Now we will have the draft from Tony Stack as well, and then you see Benny Simmons in there with the lead. Is now down to just under 3 seconds again, but Tony Stack is going to give Nathan some good draft here down the straightaway, and definitely not going to help Simon Edwards, but it looks like Nathan is just a little bit quicker around the lap. Edwards will close in though. Will he be close enough? No, he's not going to make a move here. It's 4 laps to go, so he's going to buy this time really close to the wall again, and the onboard you saw there for a whole lap almost with Tony and Nathan Wade, sorry, is one reason why I don't do street course racing, because that precision is not something that I can master. That's why we'll let these guys do it, and they're doing a good job at it, especially Nathan there as well. He's super high on the curb, and Simon Edwards barely even touches the curb, so it looks like Wade is trusting his car a lot more than what Simon Edwards is doing. But he's still keeping up on the back here. See where Tony Stack will go when they come to lap him. They are losing a little bit of time again to Benny Simonson. But a couple of laps ago here, Nathan Wade actually set the fastest lap of the race with a little help from some draft. But still, the fastest lap of the race so far to Nathan Wade, showing his great pace. Here goes Tony Stack off to the right to let both of them go. Edwards is not going to make a move, so Wade will hold on to that position. And here again, he's going much tighter out of that corner than Simon Edwards, giving him a much better line around his left-handers, giving him a smoother line into the hairpin. And Edwards almost runs him over. Oh, what's that? That was probably a little bit of a late lockup registration from iRacing.
He may have tracked the brake a little bit, coming around that corner. But it seems to have been okay, as we see Simon Edwards now. Gonna have a look up the inside. Yes, he is. Is he gonna have it into turn 1? It looks like he is, getting in front of Nathan Wade into the braking zone, sending it around the left-hander and keeping it out of the wall with that precision that we've seen every lap. I don't think they're really worried about Benny Simonson up front. I think they're just sort of out of sight, out of mind. And a bit of contact again from Nathan Wade on that left side of his car, getting that really turned in, getting up on the outside now, swapping to the inside, weaving left and right, trying to get a move, have a look up the inside maybe, but bides his time. Gonna have a look down the next straight as they come through the right-hander. I don't know the turn numbers, I apologize, as we looking to get a good exit from Nathan Wade. Does he get a good enough one to get it done. It doesn't look like it. He's just going to get right up the back, unless he has a nice send up the inside, as they both take a nice line through there, both going a bit deep. But still, again, that tighter line, as you were saying, for Nathan Wade. Is that going to pay off coming into the hairpin? It looks like it has. He's right up the back. Jeez, that was so close to the wall on the outside. Nathan Wade right up the back of Simon Edwards as they come down the front straight.
That last time around, Benny Simonson set the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.6. But this time around, he lost 1.2 seconds to Simon Edwards. That gap is down to 2.5. I'm wondering if Benny Simonson has hit the wall or if he's just slowing down. Here comes Wade up the inside, side by side into the braking zone. He's going to be high on the curb, but he's going to clear him. Nathan Wade back into second as we have 2 laps to go. And I'm thinking Benny Simonson might have dropped off the pace just slightly to make sure that he scores this championship win right here, because there's no need for him to push. He's got almost 3 seconds down to these guys. On board again with Simon Edwards. You can see the difference in line. Wade is right on the curb and Edwards tries to go around it, so Wade again looks like he's pushing a bit harder. I'm wondering though, is if you're in second in this group coming around the hairpin, will you be able to get that move done before the start finish line? It doesn't look like that's doable.
Yeah, unless he gets some absolute flyer of a run through that hairpin, I don't think he's going to get the move done. But I don't know what happened. I just looked at that as you mentioned it, and I saw that they dropped. But I think the more they fight, they're not going to catch him. But I think Benny Simonson, yeah, as you said, is just taking it easy, not wanting to ruin the race. Maybe he was pushing a bit hard. Maybe he did touch a wall. But you see, here,
Benny Simonson was super wide in the hairpin. What is he doing? He was all the way out to the wall, just a puff of smoke. And that cost him a second. I'm not really sure what he did there, but he just went absolutely way out to the outside there in the hairpin.
White flag.
He might have some damage on that car, but it's 1 lap to go.
I'll put that down to commentator's curse for saying that he wasn't going to make a mistake, and here he has taken it a bit too easy. Maybe try to brake a bit earlier than usual. He's not put enough brake pressure on or something, but interesting. They're within 2.2 seconds. Unless he makes another big mistake, I don't think it will make that much of a difference. But here we have Simon Edwards probably trying to use all that draft, trying to get up behind the back of Nathan Wade on this final lap.
There's 5 more corners to go here. Left-hander and then a right-hander onto Seaside Wade. That will probably be the last chance. And sorry for not showing any other battles, but this is literally the only battle we have on track in the Monday Night Skippies for the first time ever. Here they come onto the straightaway, close to the wall for both of them. Benny Simonson has the lead. He will be the champion this season, but this is for second place in the race. Nathan Wade holds it, but here comes Simon Edwards. Which way will he go? He's going to go to the right. He's going to run the stop sign, but Wade will close the door on him. Both going to have a tight line this time. Left-hander, and then it is the last hairpin of the race. Let's see what will happen here. Will he make the dive, or will he stay behind to make sure? Oh, he goes late on the brakes. Can he set them up here? Simonson ahead is locked up, and here they come. Benny Simonson is the Season 2 champion of the UK&I Monday Night Skippies 2021. Nathan Wade will finish second to get 6th place in the championship. Simon Edwards will finish 3rd. And with Pattinson and Von Roberts out of the race, Pattinson will finish 2nd with Von Roberts in 3rd in the championship. George Mattock, though, will finish 4th in this race to get 5th place in the championship, so congratulations to him. Blake Miles and Dowson finishes behind him. But Benny Simonson, in 12 races, he scored 6 wins this season. That is outstanding.
50% win rate, that's incredible.
And still it comes down to the final race with the drop weeks. So if he does, it's literally checkers or wreckers for him. As we have the 14 coming around here. That's league organizer Alan Patterson coming home to finish 11th here today. He's going to miss out on the top 10 by 1 position. That's unfortunate, but he might throw a penalty out to somebody just in order to get that 10th place. We'll have to wait and see. Here comes the last few cars as well. That's the 88 of Dave Kirkman. You can see the sparks flying there. He's probably got something dragging underneath his car, with Daniel Tufts just ahead of him. And then we have Adam Miles in the background there, the final car to finish on the lead lap. Started 4th, finishing P15 here, and he will be 7th in the championship, or maybe even 8th. But here is the full results of the final race at Long Beach. Benny Simonson comes home with the win and the championship, with Nathan Wade in 2nd and Simon Edwards rounding out the podium in 3rd place. George Mattock 4th, Dan Blake in 5th, Christopher Miles in 6th, Dave Dowson in 7th, Kevin Budgeon in 8th, Ray Peasley in 9th, and Ewan Pattinson rounds out the top 10. Alan Patterson, like we saw, in 11th, Chris Wright in 12th, Daniel Tufts 13th, Dave Kirkman in 14th, and Adam Miles is the final car to finish on the lead lap in 15th. And we have Tony Stack and Seth Brown 1 lap down, and Paul Smith in 18th 2 laps down, and then Andrew Baranowski, David Clapham, Nicholas Von Robertson, Clark Williams will be scored as DNFs, unfortunately, but Nicholas Von Roberts still scores points as if he finishes 5th because of those drop weeks, so he will still be 3rd in the championship. That was probably the least entertaining Skippys race I have ever seen in this series, but still, we had drama all the way to the end, and unfortunately we didn't get the battle that we wanted for the championship. But still, Benny Simonson, what a way to win the championship here this season. Outstanding he's been, and wow, I just don't know what to say. But we have 2nd place finisher of today's race, Nathan Wade. Nathan, that looked like an entertaining race for you, and you dropped back behind Simon Edwards a bit, but you managed to catch back up to him. Talk us through what happened there.
Hi guys. Yeah, I'm actually over the moon with that race, to be honest. I had a very scary moment. I think, was it lap 2, I think? When I believe it was Nick, Adam and Ewan, I think, all like lost it in turn 1. I was extremely lucky not to clip Ewan, I think, on the exit. Managed to get around, but obviously at that point Benny managed to get away. Simon, I think, had a 2-second gap to me, but I'm so glad, I'm so happy with my pace this week. But I managed to obviously catch him back up and then secure the move on him and defend it at the end. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with that.
If my maths are correct, which they usually aren't, you are 6th in the championship, thanks to George Mattock still finishing in 4th place. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm gutted in a way, because obviously George was my rival, but I am extremely happy with how much I've like progressed this season. Because obviously it's my only 2nd season, so I am looking forward to next season, hoping next season I can bring the pace I've had, especially like this week, bring it into next season and hopefully get a few more podiums and maybe even a win.
So you looking to be back full time again next season? Looking for that championship win with Benny and Simon and co, or are you gonna be looking for a top 5 first before you go battling for the championship wins?
Definitely just top 5 at the minute. Make sure I'm starting to get very good with my pace now. It's just all about consistency now. And just getting rid of those minor flaws that I still have in my driving. If I can get a win next season, I'll be so happy with that. But I want to start getting more podiums first and just focus on consistency. But yeah, definitely will be back next season. Looking forward to that.
Well, great. Well, finishing 2nd here today, beating Simon Edwards and other cars. I believe you definitely have the pace to be up there battling for those wins, so that first win should come anytime. But again, congratulations on a great season and some great progression, and 2nd place here in the final round. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Just George, because he's been giving me great battle all season. Love the rivalry we've got, so looking forward to it next season. You guys for obviously running the broadcast, you always do a great job, and then Alan for running the league.
Well, thank you for that. Next up we have Daniel standing by with George Mattock.
George, are you there? How was your race, man? That was a P4 finish, so not too bad for you. Finishing, I think that's P4 in the championship as well. So
P5.
Tell us, P5 in the championship. My apologies.
Oh, you had to ruin my excitement there, didn't you?
Sorry, I'm sorry. How you feeling after that one?
It was 5th. I knew it was 5th anyway. Yeah, that was lonely actually, to be honest. Nothing really happened apart from the first lap. I got a tragic slowdown at the that was turn 5. Just cut the curb a bit too much, got a 2-second slowdown, and then there was that shenanigans at turn 1 on lap 2. there was a huge crash, so I lost another couple of seconds there, avoiding cars and debris flying everywhere. And then lap 3, Daniel Tufts hit the wall in front of me, so I had to avoid that. And then by the time I looked at the delta, I was about 8 seconds behind Simon and Nathan. And I think I basically I matched their pace on an even track with no draft, but they were just drafting each other, obviously. So no chance for me to catch up. But P4, I think I've had like 3 P4s in a row now, so a tad annoying to not get a podium. But P5 in the championship from scoring 6 points in the first 2 rounds, that's probably way better than I expected.
When you're just mentioning turn 1 there, can I just ask, did they change something? Just there seemed to be a lot of people that ran into that wall on the exit of turn 1 at the beginning of this race.
I don't think there was anything different. I think the only thing that was different was the time of day, which was affecting the track temperature. I haven't actually checked to see how hot it was, but in the practice session it was way hotter than usual. It was about 18 degrees track temperature, so the track temp was sky high compared. And I was taking it a little bit, I'm sure the other guys were as well, we're taking it a little bit easier through turn 1. It's not that I had a draft, but if you're in the draft, you have to take it a little bit even more careful due to the slipperiness of it. So I don't think actually anything changed on the track per se.
Fair enough.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to, George?
Well, you guys need to be shouted out again. Say it every week for the broadcast, week in, week out. There's a lot of work that goes into a great broadcast, and maybe not many people understand how much work goes into a great live stream like yours. So, of course, thanks to you guys, Hugo as well, for doing the whole broadcast, Alan as well for running the whole league, and shout out to Nathan. Been super close last 2 seasons. I think I beat him by 6 or 7 points last year, and I think it was 4 or 5 points again this year. So very close. He just picked me in qualify by 4 thousandths, so that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, shout out to everyone as well. I'm not sure who won the championship, but whoever won, shout out to them as well.
That would be Benny Simonson, so shout out to him. Again, 6 wins in 12 races. That is in the championship as close as this one was. I'm not really sure how he did that. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be it for the interview. So, Daniel, sum up of the parts of the season that you've been here. It's ended up closer than it usually is, but still a pretty lonely final race.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. Was expecting a bit of a nice battle up the front, but that's the way it goes, I guess, sometimes. So interesting to see the not so what's the word, exciting race to see, but it's been a good season. It's been a bit of a blur, if I'm honest. I think my favourite race has to have been Bathurst, with that 4 wide up through turn 1 was ridiculous. Other than that, it's been good.
It definitely has. We have a late connector though, Simon Edwards. I know you weren't gonna abandon us 2 weeks in a row here, Simon. Thanks for joining us again. 3rd place here today. I believe 4th place in the championship. Not as much excitement through this race as usual, but how was the race from your point of view?
I was lucky, really.
Oh.
Because
what's happened to your mic, Simon? Possibly you could. It's
very loud.
Yeah, it's very loud and very scratchy.
I'm not going to be able to do anything about that one, so.
Okay, talk on then. People will have to cope with it. So start over.
Yeah, just give me 2 secs.
Okay. Sorry about this.
No, I can't do it. You're going to have to stay with my ad for now. I'll test it afterwards.
Yeah.
No, I was really lucky there, because I caught the back of Nick as he spun, and then I hit the wall on the opposite side. So I had a bit of damage there, so I was really lucky to stay and for not anybody to be around me too much, really. So I was happy to let Nathan just pass, just to see if I could hold on to his draft. So that was it, really. It was just survival from lap 2, really, trying not hit any walls again. So, but I couldn't catch Benny anyway, I don't think. But yeah, it was. I quite like the track, so I was still enjoying driving the race and letting Nathan nearly catch me up. Watching Nathan catch me up. And I thought I was going to get killed by somebody coming out of the pits though. But that was about all the excitement I had beyond lap 2, really.
Well, still made for some excitement in this race, as it was the only battle going on towards the end. So congratulations on 4th place in the championship, 3rd place again here today. A couple of wins, and yeah, anybody you want to give a shout out to real quick before our ears explode?
Nah, sorry, I'll fix it, promise. Just yourselves, and my sponsor, Masternaut, and I look forward to next season.
It's interesting how your mic fixed itself just as you said the name of your sponsor. But I guess that's just conspiracy. Thanks for joining us, Simon. It's been great to have you here as always, and as well, thanks to Nathan and George for joining us as well. It's been an exciting season of Monday Night Skippies here on RaceSpotTV. Hopefully we will be back again next season. My name is Linus Broström, been joined by Daniel Harris as always, with Hugo Lees doing the amazing job on the cameras. You've been watching UK&I and Monday Night Skippies in support of the Calm Zone, the campaign against living miserably. Next week is week 13, so nothing happening then, but hopefully we will be back for next season in 2 weeks' time. Until then, take care everybody and stay safe. Have a good one. Goodbye.